Hi, Taurus and Taurus rising. Here's your horoscope for September 2024. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, we have some very interesting energy coming in right now, and this has a lot to do with the eclipse that's going to be activated on the 17th in Pisces up here in the 11th house, and also the energy from the new moon and the sun going through your 5th house of creativity, love, and fun. And so your ruler Venus is now in a comfortable position of Libra, a sign that she rules. She rules your sign as well. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of change having to do with something new and something old, moving beyond something that's not working for you anymore while you're starting something that you've always wanted to do. Now, we do have some planets that are going to be in retrograde mode that are going to affect you. Now, particularly because of Uranus right here, and I'll talk about that in a second. But we also have other planets that are in retrograde over here, Neptune and Saturn, and of course Pluto, which just retrograded back into Capricorn. But as we begin the month, it really is a creative time for many of you. So if you're a Taurus sun or a Taurus rising, this is a general Western astrology tropical reading. Okay, and it's very general and very basic because I don't have everybody's birthday, and everyone's birthday and birth chart is completely different. So we start off the month with the positive energy of Virgo going through your 5th house. And so this is, you're finding inspiration in many things. You're either more content or happy that you're doing something creative. And of course, your mind is on daily work and responsibility, maybe taking better care of yourself, thinking about relationships, business relationships. And towards the end of the month, you'll be thinking about personal relationships as well, because Venus, your ruler, will enter Scorpio and your 7th house of relationships. So we've got some interesting dynamics. So let's get started, and I'll give you a little overview of what I see. So on the very first day of September, we have Uranus going retrograde. So here it is in stationary position before it goes retrograde in about a week. And so it sits still. And Uranus has been a major player in your life for the last 6.5 years, all the way until next year when it goes into Gemini in your 2nd house of income and value. But right now, as it goes retrograde for the next 4.5, 5 months or so, it'll be reviewing. It'll be bringing back things within yourself. In other words, this is the 1st house of identity and self. And as a planet goes retrograde in that 1st house, you're thinking about all the possibilities. And you're reviewing, and you're revising, and you're reinventing. And also, this is the house of physical appearance. So you might be changing something about your physical appearance during these next few months. Okay, so fortunately, there are some positive aspects that are going to be made to this reversal, and that comes from Pluto right there, which has just entered Capricorn once again, and the last time in our lifetime, Pluto will be in Capricorn. And so this will continue to stay and hover around the 9th house of education, learning, and traveling, and it's in an earth sign like yours. And so this will be until the middle of October, where it goes direct again, and then on November the 19th, it finally leaves Capricorn for the last time and stays in your 10th house of career for about the next 19 years. But once it revisits the past here, it's telling you or reminding you to look at things that you value, the higher purpose in life, your belief systems, your thoughts about creation and God and the source. These are all things that Pluto is going to remind you of. And as I was saying, Pluto makes a very positive aspect to Uranus and also to Neptune right there, 29, 27. These are all favorable aspects to each other. So it's suggesting you reinventing yourself in some way, whether it's in your community, with your friendships, where you're going, your hopes and dreams for the future. These are all on the table this month. And so especially this 11th house that gets lit up by the lunar eclipse. But Pluto will absolutely help you in this regard in career, education, travel, exploration, and reinventing yourself and using your imagination to figure things out and going in a new direction. Now, it might take a little time because we are entering this really turbulent, kooky time frame where the energy is really wonky and weird for the next 6 months. So please don't take it personally like everyone, like you're only going through this. Everyone's going through this on some level. And so I'm just showing you the basics here of the astrology for Taurus and Taurus rising. And so we are seeing these houses being activated, which can be very positive. So look at it from that perspective. Now, speaking of positive, the new moon in Virgo is also in your 5th house of creativity, fun, love, children. This is all associated with the 5th house, and it's in Virgo. It's going to be at, I believe, 11 degrees of Virgo. So wherever that is in your actual birth chart, that's the area you need to focus on. And so this is suggesting the next 2 weeks that you start that creative project, that you spend more time with your children or your loved ones, and you have a little bit more fun. That's what it means. Okay, that doesn't mean you have to go on vacation for 2 weeks, but it does mean to enjoy yourself more. And especially with the people or situations you find yourself in that you really enjoy and love. That's what this is all about. It will be opposing Saturn, so you might feel obligated in some way and responsible in some way to your community, to your friends, to your organizations, to your acquaintances. This could bring up some minor issues that you might have to deal with. All right. Nothing I don't see too challenging here because we have these outer aspects making some nice alignments. But this new moon is actually asking you to look at something with a different perspective. Okay, so take advantage of that while you can. Now, Mars enters Cancer on the 4th, right there. Now, this is going to be an interesting dynamic because Mars does not do too well in Cancer. Mars is a fiery get up and go sign, and Cancer is a water sign. So they kind of extinguish themselves in a way. So we'll be feeling a little bit more emotional and sensitive. It's in your 3rd house of communication. You might find yourself being more passionate and wanting to express yourself more, and whether it's in writing or speaking or just telling people you care about them. But what makes this so interesting is that Mars will go through this 3rd house. Then it will enter Leo in your 4th house of home, feeling, and foundation. But then in January, it'll retrograde. It actually retrogrades on December the 6th of this year. And then on, I believe, January the 6th, it retrogrades back into your 3rd house and will stay here for quite a while. So we're looking at a very interesting dynamic with regards to either family issues, because Cancer rule is associated with families, emotions, expression, self-expression, parents, anything to do with family dynamics are going to be on the table. Land, real estate, this is all under the umbrella of Cancer. And so it really is going to kind of be a ping pong going back and forth in the next couple of months between Mars and Cancer, then Mars and Leo. Mars and Cancer, Mars and Leo. And so you're going back and forth down here for quite a few months. So again, you might feel like you're on unstable ground and you don't know where you're supposed to be. And, you're a heavy earth sign. So heavy earth signs like stability, but Mars is going to throw a little curveball into the mix. And so for a couple of months, you're going to be like, I'm not sure where I'm going or what I'm doing. And, and so you might feel a little frustrated, but don't overwhelm yourself with concern is what I'm getting at, even though Mars in Cancer does worry a little too much. But this is why I do the astrology, so you could see that, we shouldn't feed into the fears. All right, so Mercury enters Virgo on the 9th. Now we enhance the thinking and analyzing, and it's in the 5th house. So love, creativity, communication are heightened once again for the next 3 weeks as we have Mercury and the Sun going through the 5th house. So a great time for self-expression and getting creative work done. Then we have the big enchilada this month is the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces right here in the 11th house. And so this is going to be at 25 degrees of Pisces, and it's going to be joined by Neptune at 28. This is a conjunction. Pisces is about spirit, spirituality, mysticism, illusions, fantasies, psychic ability. And because this is an opposition between the 5th house and the 11th house, things pertaining to creative projects, children, things having to do with organizations and charities, friendships, acquaintances, these are all going to begin to dissolve in some way or be transformed, because that's what a lunar eclipse does. It either brings endings or completions, And Pisces has a tendency to dissolve matters, to make them go from solid to, like a gas. And so here we see this having to do with friendships, organizations, things having to do with marketing as well, community-based situations where you're seeing this dynamic play itself out. Now, it may not happen on the exact day because eclipses can take up to 6 months to reveal themselves, but I would say that this could be friendships that you're losing, or people are moving away or passing away, or whatever it is in your life. You're going to continue to see this evolution taking place where, certain people don't belong in your life anymore. And then they'll be moving on, in some way and somehow. And so this could be a relationship. This could be a connection with a family member, where they're just moving away and you don't see them anymore. Whatever it is in your personal life and wherever this is in your actual birth chart, you'll see these dynamics unfold. The sun enters Libra on the 22nd, right there, right into your 6th house of work and health. So now you're focused a lot more on those areas. And so it's about finding balance within yourself. The sun in Libra does favor Taurus, and it does favor Libra. And so you might find yourself looking at, beautifying yourself, or looking better, or taking better care of your health and your skin, and, eating healthier, maybe exercising with the sun going through the 6th house. So over the next 30 days, I would encourage that. Now, Venus enters Scorpio also the same day, later in the afternoon. So now your ruler is in Scorpio, the opposite sign of which is yours. And so now it's in the 7th house of relationships and partnerships. And so the dynamics change. So you're thinking a lot more about either business connections or personal connections on some level. And so either romance is in the air, or just wanting to be around other people and talking to them and engaging in conversation and, having a good time, or partnering up in some way, whether it's working on something or just enjoying each other's company. Venus in Virgo is going to help you out a lot. And last but not least, we got Mercury entering Libra as well on the 26th. So Mercury is enhancing your thinking with regard to relationships, partnerships, exercise, health, and anything to do with your daily routine gets changed. I do see quite a few people around you at this time because of Venus in Scorpio and because of the sun in Mercury in Libra. So you may be working on a new project or something that's of great importance to you at this time. Anyway, if you like astrology and you want to learn a little bit more about it, I've got this special presentation that I have at the end of this video about my private community and my free community and learning astrology. So stand by to listen to it. Have a great month, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Hi, thank you so much for watching my monthly astrology. I really appreciate your support over the years. Have you ever considered learning astrology? Well, you're in luck, because I've created a full online astrology course in my private community. It's a full 6-module course that takes you from the beginning of astrology, what it all means, the mythologies, the houses, all the way to the more advanced techniques such as progressions, solar returns, how to read transits, how to make predictions. It's all there in this course here. And I even dive into some of the mysterious stuff, what some of the symbolism is all about. So I think you might want to check it out if you're interested. Along with the course, we have a very tight-knit community here where everyone helps each other out. And so if someone knows a lot about astrology, they help other people with astrology. So it's a community that really gets involved and, really wants to learn and help each other out. But as you can see here, I have a whole lot more on this private community. I also have the Inner Circle live calls each week. Now, this is something that I do twice a month on YouTube, but here I do them on a weekly basis. And I talk about various topics. You get to ask me questions, we interact, and we learn a whole lot more than just astrology. So this could be anything from astrology to what's going on in the world, predictions, politics, whatever it is. We talk about it in the Inner Circle calls. Of course, I do have videos here that I do not have on YouTube, so you get those too. And then I've got a private resource vault, which has videos that I suggest watching, books suggested reading, meditations, and more. So if you're interested in learning astrology or want to be part of a great community that's really growing fast, head on over to the link down below and click on the link and join today. All right? Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.